The Genshin 3.3 special program is finally out. First off, this art is beautiful. I'm not the biggest Scaramouche fan, to be honest, but the art might change me into one. I'm mostly excited for a couple of things. Seeing Scaramouche's story developed upon, I want to see how the redemption arc plays out, if there is a redemption arc. Probably is. And then I'm excited to see how the trading card game plays. Excited to see Hearthstone in Genshin. So without further ado, let's get into the live stream.
Traveler, what a surprise!
Oh,
I didn't expect to see you here.
I love when Max/Ito commentates on
heard that
the
Inazuma was
always
organizing
so
a
good.
Test of Courage event, right? Huh? I know you.
Do we get
What am
Test
I
of
doing?
Courage?
Well, obviously I'm here scouting out the place. I've been investigating the area and I've already figured out all the plans for the event. Of course, I can tell you all the details. We're practically family.
so cute,
I'm
the
Max
small
Middleman,
chibi.
and this is the Genshin Impact version 3.3 special program. Let's roll the version 3.3 trailer.
I'm so excited for this trailer.
A friendly word of advice. Test of Courage events tend to give rise to a variety of strange rumors and stories.
Ooh, it's freaky.
So please, be sure to exercise caution.
Freaky in a scary way. Oh, Jesus. Freaky in a scary way.
Who goes there?
So,
feels
is
like-
there really a ghost around here?
It would be a Halloween event.
I have a feeling that it's staring right at us.
Not that China celebrates Halloween, I understand that.
Talking to me.
Who is she? She's hot.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me.
From this day forth, Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
Dottore.
Oh, he sounded so hurt.
Dottore!
Oh, no.
In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Never mind. Hurt or insane.
Squall and Fury!
Why does he look so good?
You dare to gaze upon me?
Did he step on us? Oh, I forgot. Hatsune Miku is coming Genshin. A bow user. Another bow user.
Too late for regret. Have fun with this gift.
Interesting.
Scaramouche, the mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
This art is beautiful. Also, I can't do this. I literally used all my primos for Nahida. There's nothing to spend on him anymore. Unless you swipe. But no swiping. Ah, I didn't even notice in the art. It looks like he's cradling, like himself falling. Is it Scaramouche's self-love arc? I hope so. The boy needs a lot of healing. A lot of healing. Maybe therapy.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Genshin Impact version
Oh,
3.3
it's little
special
Scara!
program. I'm your host, Sarah Miller-Cruz, the voice of Lumine in Genshin Impact. And today I'm
So
joined
cute.
by...
Max, the one and only middleman, voice of the one and only Arataki Ito.
And I'm Patrick Pedraza, voice of the Wanderer. But up until now, travelers have only known me as Scaramouche, and everyone's been battling me in the game lately.
Yeah, that's true. But to be fair, it's a really cool fight.
It's a really cool fight.
It is a really
I
cool
know.
fight.
Anyway,
A terrifying
I'm
one.
super excited to
Need
have
to
the
get
chance
carried
to share
every
some
time, but
upcoming
really cool.
content with everyone. What did you all think about that trailer?
Okay, so I definitely saw Irminsul in there, and I am really excited to find out more about it.
Yeah, that trailer had everything. It had everything. It had action. It had drama. It was lighthearted in places, but it was dramatic.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm just super stoked for everyone to see Scaramouche's, backstory. I'm super excited about it, for
Yeah.
real.
Heck yeah.
Well, speaking of that,
I want
following
him
the story's
to
development, Scaramouche is still in Nahida's
get a little
custody.
bit more time
so I
to
bet the question
heal.
everyone's wanting to know is how he'll become the Wanderer.
Yeah, for sure. And there's quite a story behind that. If you're interested, then be sure to play through the Archon Quest interlude chapter in version of Genesis. There is so much to learn in this quest. So I hope
Okay,
everyone
another
checks
quest?
it out.
The Sumeru Archon Quest have been
Man, you can't just
amazing
leave
so
everyone
far,
hanging
so I'm
like
excited
that.
for this
How about some
one.
hints? Come on, please. Please.
All right. How can I say no to a cute chibi-ito?
You can't.
Here's a little preview from the quest.
Oh, we get a quest preview. Oh, us with
We
Can I
ran
call
into
him
two people
Wanderer
at
or
the
Scara now?
Academia today
Wanderer, right?
talking about an essay. Turns out their topic was about the Tatarasuna incident. From what they were saying, it sounded like lots of Tatarasuna's history is still unexplained. And most of the information we have now is just from people filling
It's
the gaps
giving
with their
me
imagination.
Mona's domain vibes,
least that's what
kind
they
of.
thought.
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatarasuna was sabotaged.
That
Oh,
was pretty rad.
Oh.
Wait, why are they talking about Tatarasuna?
I guess we'll have to see. It is interesting, though, to see the Traveler, Nahida, and Scaramouche all together so peacefully like that.
Yeah, but in this interlude chapter, Nahida will task the Traveler and Paimon with keeping an eye on Scaramouche while we go with him into Irminsul in search of some information.
We babysit him.
Interesting. So obviously Nahida must have some reason for deciding to keep Scaramouche around.
Oh yeah, totally. And I'm liking Scaramouche's new style.
I do too.
looking
I didn't think I'd be
sharp.
pulling for him,
Yeah,
but
always.
I'm concerned.
Right, and
For my
at this
wallet.
point, he's known by a completely different name, the Wanderer. I love that name.
Okay, so I know I'm not the only one who's curious about what happened. I mean, it looks like he's really changed a lot.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm afraid that's all we can show for now. Travelers will have to experience the story for themselves in-game. I mean, it's better to explore the storyline without too many spoilers, right?
True.
Yeah,
True,
I guess you're
except
right. Okay,
I always
we'll
get
leave the
spoiled
rest
if
for
it's
travelers
for
to
the Genshin
discover
community.
themselves. But the Wanderer is also going to be a new playable character in version 3.3. So let's talk about that. I'm sure many of our viewers are
He
curious
looks
about
so
his
scummy
talents.
in this
Heck
art.
yeah, sure
But in the
thing.
other art, he
Let's
looks
have
so
a look at the Wanderer
soft.
in combat.
Exciting. He looks so good in the
There's no need to
trailer.
exchange pleasantries. It's rather pathetic to force a conversation
Ooh.
just to occupy silence. The wind rises.
That's like not the Raiden boss fight attack, right? I
Bow
wonder
your
if
head.
that's intentional. I assume that's intentional. The stepping on. Interesting.
All right, Patrick, you're up.
No,
introduce
is
the
he
Wanderer
growing
for
up
us.
in me?
Sure
This wasn't
thing.
supposed to happen.
The Wanderer is a catalyst user and has an animo vision, so he uses wind blades to perform ranged normal attacks.
Wait a second, wind blades?
Not the same as the Traveler's wind blade, though.
Okay.
So, as everyone
Traveler
probably
has
already
wind blades?
noticed, the
Oh,
Wanderer
yes,
can
Traveler.
hover in the air when
Ooh!
he casts his elemental
way.
skill. Upon using
That's
his
so
elemental
cool.
skill, he will
Oh,
first
no.
deal AoE damage before
Oh,
leaping
no.
into the air and entering a hovering state. So, while hovering, the Wanderer's normal and charge attacks will be converted into Kugo Fushudan and Kugu Tofukai, respectively. The damage they deal and their AoE will be increased. Their damage will be considered normal and charge attack damage.
Even his
respectively.
palette, like his
Also,
skill
Kugu
palette
Tofukai
is
will
so
not consume
pretty.
stamina, and
The
he
light
can
blues,
remain
I'm a
hovering for a
really
certain
big fan
duration.
of.
That's so awesome. He can fly.
I know, right? But he can't stay hovering forever. While hovering, the Wanderer constantly consumes Kuguryoku points to maintain his hovering state,
Oh,
which
is that the
blue
little
meter
bar
you
next to
see
him?
on the
Yes,
screen.
okay.
Even if he doesn't move or attack, hovering will still consume Kuguryoku points.
Okay.
So this mechanic works a little differently than our typical stamina meter. There are many possible actions the Wanderer can perform while hovering in the air, which all rely on Kuguryoku points rather than stamina. So, for example, sprinting mid-air will consume additional Kuguryoku points to accelerate mid-air.
So
And
once he
holding the
lands, is he gonna
sprint
have a
button
full
will
stamina
cause
bar?
persistent
That's what
point
it's sounding
consumption
like?
to maintain speed. So this effect will replace his default sprint. Jumping expends extra Kuguryoku points to increase hovering height. Holding jump will cause persistent Kuguryoku point consumption to keep increasing hovering height. Of course, running out of points will end his hovering state.
Hover, fly, however you want to put it.
Okay, so travelers will need to plan their actions while hovering.
Exactly. So with his talent, Jade Claim Flower, when casting his elemental skill, if it contacts Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, that instance of the skill will receive a corresponding buff effect depending on which element was contacted. So for example, increasing his Kuguryoku points cap, attack, crit rate, or restoring a set amount of energy upon hitting opponents with a normal or charged attack. The Wanderer can have up to 2 different kinds of these buffs simultaneously.
Ooh.
Oh, look, check that out. Part of the halo behind him changes color depending on the buffs you get. So travelers will be able to easily understand what effects the Wanderer currently has.
I like that.
That's so cool.
It's helpful and still looks really cool.
Yeah.
So after unlocking another talent, Gales of Reverie, when the Wanderer is in the hovering state, if his normal or charged attack hits an enemy, there is a set chance to gain another buff effect, allowing him to sprint midair without consuming Kuguryoku points.
Oh!
Additionally, this buff effect will fire wind arrows to attack the enemy.
Ooh.
Oh, dope. I'm sure extra buff effects
His
like that
attacks
will
look
go a long way
so
for players
cool.
learning
He
their
looks like he's
combo.
really
Yeah,
very
for sure.
fun to
and if
play.
you noticed, there's a
Which
colorful
I
aura of light
am
around his body
nervous
to
about
indicate
because
when
I
that
love
buff effect
characters
is
that are fun to
triggered.
play.
That's pretty cool. I love all the detail they've put into the Wanderer.
All right, this brings us to the Wanderer's Elemental Burst.
Sweet.
Yay!
So, check this out. Upon unleashing his
I
burst,
can't believe he
he
steps
compresses
on
the
us.
atmosphere and
That's
stomps
so
it down
funny.
toward the enemy. So, travelers should note that if the Wanderer is in a hovering state when he unleashes his burst, then the hovering state
So I
will
guess
end
even
and he will
through
begin
Redemption
descending
arc, he's
after
still a
the
little
burst is
bratty,
completed.
right?
Okay, this stomping animation is a little aggressive.
Yeah, but it's cool.
I know, and it actually suits his character.
Yeah, I can't.
I
help
love
it.
the ending animation of that.
Wait. Let's not forget about the exploration talent.
Ah, yes.
Oh.
This is an interesting one. The Wanderer can decrease the mora required when ascending bows
Is
and
that
cattle.
his
Hey, now, you can never
weapon?
complain about saving Mora. Am I right?
Okay,
Huh?
that's true. All right, now that we've seen the
like a
Wanderer,
little
let's
bell.
move on to the next
Interesting.
new character. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yay!
What did you say? Oh, I'm old now, so every other phrase
Old?
escapes my ears.
How old is
Try
old?
calling me Madam Faruzan, and I'll see if I can pick that up.
How old is she supposed to be?
Huh?
Ooh, her eyes are pretty.
What is it that you would like to learn more about? Different forms of pressure-based puzzle mechanisms? The base layer design of elemental monuments? Huh. Wait. Did you forget to call me Madam Faruzan just now when you asked your question?
Oh, she's a little snarky. That's not what I expected when I saw her.
There's nothing wrong with being afraid of
Interesting.
thunder, even at an older age.
Oh, she sounds sassy.
Yeah,
She's
she's
smart too.
she's not real sassy.
She
A
seems
researcher
so
from
awesome.
100
She's
years
fun.
ago.
I wonder what her skirt's made
I
of.
know, her
100
design is
years?
so cool and really detailed. I love it.
So, even though
Interesting.
she looks super young, she's actually an old person? Like, where's my teeth?
Well, she's not that old.
I
Oh,
don't know,
right.
could've fooled me.
Okay,
Faruzan's
100
age
years
is probably
ago.
still nothing compared to Scaramouche.
She does sound that old though.
But let's call him the Wanderer, Sarah. Please.
Okay, you know who I meant. Actually, now that I think about it, yokai can also live a really long time too.
That's right, yeah, no, and speaking of age, isn't the Traveler's age also kind of mysterious?
That's true.
I like all the
looks like all
blue
of
tone
our
characters
characters
they've
are
been putting
intriguing.
out. Layla,
But it's
big
safe
fan.
to say that Faruzan
Design-wise,
is way
haven't played
older
her.
than most people in Tibet. Faruzan
Scara,
works in
Wander,
the Academia
big fan.
Saravatat Darshan
Now
and
big
has been a
fan.
hairbod, which roughly means mentor, for over a century.
So I bet everyone out there is wondering if she's also some kind of creature blessed with long life, you know? Like Klee?
No, she's actually just your regular, typical human being.
Oh.
Well,
There's
maybe
no
not
way.
so typical. About 100 years ago,
What's her
Faruzan was
skincare
an
routine?
undisputed genius, traveling all around Sumeru and solving many puzzles and mysteries. The notes she left behind eventually became the basis of mechanical research for later generations.
Whoa, Oh, she sounds pretty amazing.
But later, she accidentally stumbled into some ruins while trying to solve a puzzle. There, she encountered some strange phenomenon which stopped her from aging, and was trapped there for nearly 100 years.
Woo.
She eventually solved the puzzle and was able to finally return to Sumeru.
That's so sad, though. Because by the time you come out of that, all your friends and family are probably dead.
Years? Wait.
I wonder if that's
so
gonna be
that's how
a part of
she's
her story?
been, hairbot for over a century.
Yeah. And even now, she still has the pride of a scholar in her heart and is a very talented person. It's just that after being separated from the world for so long, she's kind of fallen behind the times now.
Oh, hey, I get what you mean. She was once a proud researcher in a niche field that has become unpopular after 100 years. So, is she still completely dedicated to her field?
Yep. And she often tries using her old age as a means of drumming up support for her ideas. However, I think she'd prefer to be complained about for using her seniority rather than garnering sympathy for her experience of being trapped in the ruins.
Yeah, sounds like she's quite the character.
I know, right? Okay, so now that we've covered her backstory, why don't we take a look at Faruzan's abilities in combat?
Let's do it.
Fight.
We've seen her abilities. It was in the trailer, right?
100 years
Oh,
ago,
yeah, bow user.
there
Okay.
hasn't been any change to those
Can use
dumb
another
rules that I
one of my 5 Skyward Harps on her.
Dare
Maybe.
to mess with me? Have fun with this gift.
Also, what is she? I've not been paying attention. Anime?
I love all the
know?
geometric shapes when she's playing. Did you guys see that?
Yes, there's so much geometry, and I took geometry.
It looks so cool.
Ah, yeah.
So Faruzan is an animo character, and
That's
she wields
so
a bow
funny.
as her weapon. Her normal attacks are the
But what
usual
is
bow
her
attacks you'd expect
vision?
from a bow user, so there's not too much to say about that. But her skills are where things get interesting. Her elemental skill deploys a polyhedron that deals damage to
It looks
enemies.
very animo.
After using her skill, her next aimed shot will become a special attack that creates a vortex, pulling nearby objects and opponents in.
Oh, nice. So she can clump enemies together.
And there's also
Oh.
another thing about her special charged attack. It will create a vortex effect at its point of impact. And if the attack hits an enemy or ally member, it'll apply a mark and create a vortex after a short delay.
Okay. So it looks like there will be a lot of potential uses for this attack. Travelers will have to experiment with it and see what they come up with.
Yeah, I think it'd be amazing to try hitting teammates with the arrow in co-op mode and have them charge into the enemies to group them all together. I'll have to see who
I was
wants
like,
to try
friendly
that with me. After
Can you
unlocking
imagine
the talent
being
Impetuous
vacuumed
Flow,
by your teammates?
the time required for fully
Terrible.
charging Faruzan's next shot will be reduced, and the arrow will reduce the target enemy's animo resistance. In her elemental burst, she deploys a dazzling polyhedron and releases a whirlwind pulse. Throughout its duration,
It reminds
the
me of a
dazzling
little Sealy,
polyhedron will
scattering
continuously
around.
move along a triangular path. Once it reaches each corner of that triangular path, it will unleash one more whirlwind pulse.
Yeah, 1 minute she's here, the next she's gone for 100 years. Bada boom!
No.
Who's writing these jokes?
Even Sino's jokes
I love
are
'em.
funnier than that.
It was pretty
All
funny.
right. Anyway, let's hear what effects these whirlwind pulses have.
Sure. When the whirlwind pulse hits opponents, it will decrease their animo resistance. It will also apply an animo damage buff effect to all nearby party members when it's unleashed. Travelers
I wonder
should
if they're
note that
gonna
the
put on the
effective range
same
of this
banner
buff
as
is quite
Scara, or
large,
they're gonna do the
and
same
it's
thing
not
where it's like
just within the
Scara and
whirlwind
then
pulse
for
itself,
later.
So there's no need to go chasing the polyhedron. After unlocking her talent, Lost Wisdom of the Seven Caverns, when a team member uses normal, charged, or plunging attacks, elemental skills, or elemental bursts to deal animo damage to
I feel
an
like we're
enemy,
bullying
the
these little
damage will
mushrooms.
increase based on
The fungi.
Faruzan's base attack. This effect can only be triggered once for a certain duration of time.
Oh, so it seems she'll be a solid support.
Yeah.
Totally! And as a researcher of mechanics and puzzles, Faruzan has taken it upon herself to explore many ruins, with her travels taking her all across Sumeru. Her exploration talent reflects this. and she gains more rewards when dispatched on a Sumeru expedition for 20 hours.
I'm sure no other mentor in Haravatat has 100 years of experience in solving puzzles.
Yeah, I gotta say, that's pretty hard to beat. So, the big question is, when can travelers expect to get these new characters?
That is a good question.
Yeah,
Let's talk about the upcoming event wishes.
Where are the orders
In
of
the
the
early
banners?
part of version 3.3, the Wanderer and Arataki Ito will be available via their own
well,
event
this makes
wishes.
sense. I was just hoping I
Faruzan will
could
also be
save.
making her debut in these event wishes.
Save in time
In
for
the later part of
Wander.
version 3.3,
Oh,
we'll be seeing rerun
Ryan
event
and
wishes for
Ayato.
both the Raiden Shogun and Kamisato Ayato. And last but not least,
I can't get
the
over
new
how good her
5-star
art looks.
catalyst, Tule Tula's Remembrance,
I
will
love
be appearing
Raiden.
in a new weapon event
Aesthetic
wish.
wise,
And
I love
that's not all.
Raiden's design.
In version 3.3, 2 brand new artifact series will become available. So travelers should be sure to check out the
2 new
corresponding
artifacts.
domain.
Woo! More artifacts!
All right.
I hope travelers will have fun experimenting and trying new combinations
Oh
with these.
no, more artifact
Yeah.
farming.
Okay, we've already talked about a ton of new content, so why don't we take a quick break with another redemption code?
Sounds good. Roll out the code.
Woohoo!
Oh, this art's so cute! I still need to play Haze's story.
Welcome back to the version 3.3 special
Is
program.
that? Oh, it is
Okay,
the test of
Patrick, what
courage.
do we have next?
Oh, this.
So
this
next,
is a
we'll
sword?
be covering the
It
upcoming
kinda
events
looks like
for the new
lance.
version.
That's right.
I
We've already
like
mentioned
it.
the Test of Courage event, and
I'm
sure
interested in
plenty of
what
you
the
were
Test of
wondering
Courage
about
event's gonna
that, so let's start
be.
there.
Oh, and it gives us a preview.
You must be
Wonderful.
here to participate in the test of courage. I can already see a dark aura surrounding the two of you. If you carelessly go running into the event, all it'll take is one little misstep, and the darkness will swallow you up. Some strange
terrifying.
and unusual
Oh, it's the
things
hot
may
lady.
occur along the way. If you ever feel you can't handle it,
I like her hair.
you may withdraw from the event
And her
at any
design.
time.
She's cute.
This is your
Oh.
last chance.
Oh no, kind of creepy.
I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1.
Really
Welcome to
another
the
scare?
test of
No.
courage. Enter at your own risk.
That
That's so
was pretty
cool. I
interesting.
like the little floating lanterns everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it is a test of courage, so I'm sure there'll be some scary stuff going on there.
I ain't scared.
Anyway, to successfully clear this event, we'll be facing a series of little tests.
Ooh, what's this? Tests, you say?
Yes, that's right.
Of courage.
Word has it that if you walk around the test of courage, you might find yourself encountering a special sort of game. We've already got the rules down, so I'll do a quick introduction.
Oh.
Basically, travelers will have to control a bouncing bar to bounce a ball and use skill ball effects to break as many bricks as possible.
What is this
Okay,
game
I'm liking
called?
this
Like,
one. Seems
not
pretty
Genshin?
straightforward.
During the game,
Titled?
travelers will be able to trigger elemental reactions to break bricks more effectively.
I like all the little mini game events
even
they've
has
been putting
elemental
out. I do
reactions.
enjoy the fighting
We
events,
can
but
control
these
the
have been
character to
fun.
move the bar.
I wonder
When
if
the
we can do
character
it
we're
in
using is either
co-op.
pyro, hydro, cryo, or electro, the corresponding element will be applied to the bar. By switching characters, you can change the element of the bar.
Oh,
Okay,
that's so cool.
all the
Oh.
pieces are falling in place now. The bar can infuse a certain element, and the blocks also have their own elements. So causing a skill ball of one element to hit blocks of different
missed it.
elements will trigger elemental reactions. There, how'd I do?
This is like the
Yep,
game of
you
my
nailed it.
childhood.
The bar will add the element corresponding to your character. Besides triggering reactions the way you just mentioned, if a skill ball is already infused by an element and it hits the bar, it will also trigger a reaction, causing the skill ball to have some additional effects. When preparing your team, you can equip modifiers to receive
Oh.
various buff effects, which will help you
Interesting.
successfully clear the challenge.
Oh, nice.
Also, when there
It'd
are
be cool
less
if we
than
could
a
do this in
certain amount of
co-op.
bricks on
I
the
feel like
board,
it'll be
and
fun.
the ball lands another hit, the bar will unleash fireworks.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah. Travelers can utilize this effect to break some bricks that would normally be difficult to hit directly.
It's like a bonus attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
sweet.
So, travelers will need to select characters of the right elements, equip the appropriate modifiers, and use different elemental reactions to break bricks and score more points.
And then travelers will be able to use their points to exchange for rewards in the event shop, correct?
That's right. Also, travelers will have the option of teaming up and playing the event together in co-op
so we
mode.
can play in
looks like a lot
co-op.
of fun.
That'll be super fun then. The mini games are always
in
fun
addition
in co-op
to this
mode.
minigame, the Test of Courage storyline will also contain more challenges. Travelers will even have a chance to meet with some good friends again, so be sure to check out this new event. All right, let's move on to our next event.
Okay, so next up, we have a race event called Across the Wilderness.
A race
Your
event? They've been
objective,
putting out a lot of
collecting
minigame-ish
balloons.
event. Ooh.
I don't know. Seems like the Wanderer's
gliding.
abilities might come in
I'm
real
terrible
handy
at
here.
these.
I know, right?
So, in this event, each stage will have wilderness balloons scattered all around. Travelers will need to find as many wilderness balloons as possible within the time limit to earn increasingly better rewards. So, during the challenge, travelers will be able to utilize their character's skills and talents. So, it'll be important to assemble the right team depending on the traits and terrain of the challenge area.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so travelers can also use something called the Wilderness Compass to obtain various buffs, which include enhanced jumping capabilities, increased movement speed, or unlimited stamina, etc.
Ooh, cool.
However, you can only claim one buff during each challenge. You must consume Blessed Energy to use the compass and gain the selected buff. You may charge the compass up by finding wilderness balloons or interacting with Blessed Energy in the
Can we
challenge.
also do this one in
Or
co-op?
you can always wait for the compass to passively charge over time.
Oh, I hope so.
Yo, this event looks pretty crazy. It's almost like watching parkour.
Yeah, there are two different kinds of wilderness balloons in these challenges. The first is harvest balloons, which will increase the overall progress of your search for wilderness balloons. The other kind is sonar balloons, which will cause several harvest balloons to appear around you for a set amount of time.
That's awesome.
So there will be 5 stages available for this event, and travelers will need to consider the
Ooh,
conditions
these maps
and
are
terrain of each
huge.
stage to come up with the best way
I
to
hope
complete
we
it.
can- well, we can
Also,
use our character
travelers may
skills, right?
team
That's
up
what
in
they said?
co-op mode for
You whip out
challenges.
Yelon, and you just
Ooh, more
sprint with her.
chances to play together. I love
Easy.
it.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
same. Okay, let's move on to our next event.
Everyone's favorite game of hide and seek is back with the Windtrace event. And of course, this is going to be another
I
co-op
am
event.
trash
and I,
at
for one, am
Windtrace.
super excited for it.
There's nothing like
I've
a good
literally
co-op.
died before the
Many
round
of
even
you might
started in
already be
Windtrace
familiar
before.
with this event by now, but there have been a few changes. Let me introduce what travelers can expect to see this time around. We can probably skip some of the basics this time. You know, players either
Oh, I wonder what the new maps are gonna be.
or
Because they introduce new
and
maps every time,
then-
right?
Okay, wait a second. There actually might be some new travelers out there who've never seen this event before. So why don't you start with some of the basics?
Right, good point. Okay, let's start at the beginning then. This is a game with a long history in Mondstadt. Travelers will be split into 2 different sides.
Oh, well,
Rebels
this one's the
and the
same
Hunter.
map.
You will need to use
this
skills
one also
and
the
master
same
the
map?
art of hiding or chasing down others to win this event. The goal of the Hunter is to capture all the rebels.
Do they
while
introduce
the
new
rebels
maps? I
run
forget.
Or
I
use
thought they
other
did.
means to keep themselves from getting caught by the Hunter.
Okay, that's straightforward enough. So what else you got for us?
Well, some travelers may remember playing as the rebels and getting caught early in the game. Once that would happen, all you could do was spectate and watch the rest as the others continue playing. But this time around, once you're caught, you'll still be able to participate in the match even in observer mode.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once you're in observer mode, you can't be seen by other players and will receive the illusory beacon skill. This skill will allow you to place a random beacon to confuse the Hunter.
As
If
if
your
it
beacon
wasn't
successfully
already
tricks
hard
the
enough for the
and is
Hunter.
destroyed, then the Hunter will suffer an obscured vision effect.
So even
my
after you
win
see
rate
the
as a
Hunter,
Hunter
you
is
can be
atrocious.
like a little ghost trying to help your teammates by disrupting the Hunter.
Yeah.
That's pretty fun. And at least you won't have to sit there and just watch
I also
the rest
wonder
of
if
the
they
match
fixed.
anymore.
Well, I don't know if they're bugs,
Exactly,
but I used to
but
hide
what
as
does the
behaviorals and
Hunter
like all the
get this time?
chimneys,
I mean, we gotta keep it fair.
which feel like
Some
is
new
unfair for the
windward
Hunter.
arts have been added for both the Hunter and the Rebels. The Hunter will now be able to use the Hunter's Net. This net can
Oh,
be
is that
thrown and
wider?
will remove any Rebel disguises within its range,
Never
and
mind.
will notify the Hunter that a Rebel was detected. If a beacon is caught in the net, it'll be destroyed, and the Hunter will not suffer from obscured vision.
Nice. So I guess if you love playing Hunter, you'll probably love this.
Oh yeah, you definitely should. The skill Rebels used in previous
My
versions of
favorite
the
role in
game
this
to place
game is being a
beacons can now
rebel
only be
and being the
used by
first one
players
caught,
in
so I'm
observer.
not the one that people depend
However,
on.
The Rebels will be
It
able
is
to
the
use an
worst being the
all-new
last one alive.
Concealing beacon skill. This skill will allow you to deploy a beacon for a set duration and remain invisible while you're around that beacon. All players, including your Rebel teammates, will be unable to see you while you're invisible. If the
Oh,
concealing beacon is destroyed by the Hunter, then the Hunter will have their vision obscured for a short time. Sounds pretty fun, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
so
all
even
these
if you
maps
end
are
up
the
being
same so
captured by the
far.
hunter at the start of the game, you'll still be able to participate and assist your teammates. And did I mention primo gems and other rewards? The good stuff. So be sure
The
to
good
check it
stuff.
out.
The primo gems for
Oh,
Wanderer.
that's awesome.
Absolutely.
Seriously, I can't wait to play with friends. Okay.
This is
our
gonna be
next
a
event
grinding
is
update
a
for me.
combat-based event.
Time for some
I
combat!
think I have 500 primos
In a
left.
forbidden place warded by dust and sand,
Oh,
mysterious
a
foes
combat
have assembled
event?
lines of fortifications to stop your coming. That's right, a new edition of Misty Dungeon will arrive in version 3.3.
A new edition. When was the last time Misty
But
Dungeon
this
was
time around,
ran?
there will be a total of 7 trials with different themes awaiting you in the Misty Dungeon. Each has a different leyline disorder, and travelers will have to adjust their teams according to the disorder's
I don't
effects
remember this
and the
event.
distribution of enemies. There will also be trial characters for you to select from as well. After entering the domain, travelers will need to go and complete 3 challenges to collect ancient runes. After collecting power from 3 ancient runes, we can power up the control array and proceed to the final challenge. Also, throughout the trial, additional benediction mechanisms and challenges will appear. Travelers may choose to interact with these to increase the leyline disorder's effects or revive and heal your team.
You know, if it were up to
I
me, I'd
don't
say
remember
just go
this
for
being
all the
run
challenges.
before, but it seems interesting.
I know, but travelers should keep in
I missed
mind
the
that the
Labyrinth
challenge
event,
objective
like where
for
we got
each
the little
trial
Paper Samurai
might
guy.
be different. So
I
be
feel like that
sure
was
to
really
check the
fun.
objective
For
and
me.
aim for that while proceeding. In terms of rewards,
This kinda looks like the
travelers
same.
can look forward to winning primo gems and other various prizes. Yes.
Ooh, I like prizes.
And last but not least, version 3.3 will
Ooh,
also
leyline?
have leyline overflow events.
Ooh,
Travelers
I
can look
always
forward
forget to do this.
saving their resin and earning more Mora and experience books.
Nice, that's awesome.
think
That'll
I
be
have
great for all the travelers out there still
Over
leveling up
1,000
all their new
experience
characters.
books for all the different ones.
Even if you don't need those
Like
resources
12
now,
million
it's always good
more.
to stock up and have more on hand.
Because I never
am
built
right?
my characters.
Yeah. So, travelers looking to upgrade their characters won't want to miss this.
Yeah, I mean, this is all good stuff.
In addition to the new version's limited time events, version 3.3 will also be
TCG.
adding a new permanent game
How
mode
exciting.
called Genius Invocation TCG.
I don't think I'm the target audience, but exciting.
Before we get into that, let's take another quick break and enjoy a redemption code. Yay!
Slap that code on the screen.
This looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! It does not look like Yu-Gi-Oh! At all. I'm just getting Yu-Gi-Oh! Vibes for some reason. Last sprint to the end of the
Welcome back,
live stream.
everyone. During our journey into that, we've stumbled
I
across
wonder what
several
this is gonna
NPCs
look like. The last
talking
time
about
I
a game
played
called
a
Genius
trading card
Invocation
game
TCG.
was
So next,
Club
we'll
Penguin,
introduce
little
this
dojo
card
thing.
game that's been taking
been
to
a
bat by
while.
storm. In the version
I'm definitely
3.1
not the
special
target audience for
program,
this.
We already revealed that Genius Invocation TCG will be a card game where we can challenge various characters and NPCs or battle against your friends. But there is actually a legend behind this game. It is said that a young guy in Sumeru found an ancient casket of tomes in the attic. He opened it and discovered that the soul of an ancient TCG player called the Crocodile King had been captured inside.
Crocodile King.
What a name.
It turns out that the Crocodile King was King Deshret's viceroy, who battled an opponent named the
Interesting.
Ibis King. During the match, the Crocodile King fell prey to his opponent's scheme and was sealed away in the casket of tomes.
Ouch, game over.
After being unexpectedly released by the kid, the Crocodile King possesses him and helps him to gradually climb the ranks to becoming a legendary TCG player.
Is this not like
Hang on,
the
is it just
lore
me, or
video?
does that kind of sound like the plot to a light novel or something?
You're right.
It's been a long
It
time since
turns
I
out
watched
that
Yu-Gi-Oh,
Guy
but-
Publishing House is about to release a
Is
hit
that not
light
what
novel
kinda
series
happened?
based on Genius
I could be
Invocation
completely
TCG.
wrong.
Okay, now this is starting to sound like a plug for Yai Publishing House.
Maybe. But anyway, that's the legend on how Genius Invocation TCG came to be. Though it's probably just a story they came up with for marketing the game.
I like how
So when
they
you were
have
telling
Fischl
us
and
about the
Aether
story,
in the
I
art,
was
but
over
not
here researching the
Sino.
rules
Isn't
for the
Sino
game.
like the big TCG
Basically,
guy? Based off the
Genius
last live stream?
Invocation TCG is a game where you use a constructed deck of cards to duel against an opponent. The objective is to defeat all of your opponent's character cards.
That's right.
Also, there are many features and mechanics in the game that resonate with Genshin Impact's gameplay, so it shouldn't be too hard for players to get the hang of.
Right, I even saw some elemental reactions in the gameplay.
elemental
a
reactions
constructed
in
deck
the
must
gameplay.
contain character cards. And
I
as you might
barely know
expect,
the elemental
these
reactions
character
for
cards
actual
have
combat.
a normal attack, an elemental skill, and an elemental burst. So when a character card deals elemental damage to an enemy, it will cause them to be affected by that element. Then you can switch to a character card of
The
a different
card
element
designs are cute,
and use
though.
their abilities to trigger an elemental reaction.
There's just always one of
Did you
those
guys
people
notice that they're
that
even
collected
monster
cards but
character
never knew how
cards?
to play the
Can we
game.
even
It's
make
like
a deck of,
Pokemon.
like, just
Well,
the
I don't really
monsters
know
in the
anyone who
game?
knows how to play
You're
Pokemon, to be
really getting
honest.
into
The card
this,
game.
Max.
But I just collected the cards.
I like card games.
Who doesn't?
It'll be fun to collect.
So in Genius Invocation TCG, all actions require you to spend elemental dice. Each round, both you and your opponent will roll 8 elemental dice.
I wonder if they'll
Each
start
of these
releasing
elemental
like
dice can have
actual,
any one of 8
like
elemental
the actual card game
attributes.
that people can play in real life.
There's only 7 elements in the world
Interesting.
of Tibet.
You're right. So in addition to the 7 standard elements, there's also one called the Omni element. The
that the one
elemental
that's
dice
glowing?
required for a character card to perform an action correspond to the character's element. So, for example, a Pyro character like D-Luke needs either Pyro or Omni elemental dice to perform an action. Clear now?
Yep, crystal clear.
Oh.
Also, elemental dice can be used to switch characters or play a variety of other cards, such as equipment cards, event cards, and support cards. All these cards create the potential for a variety of strategies.
Right. While playing Genius Invocation TCG,
Is that a cat?
travelers can
Another
earn player
speaking cat?
experience, which will increase your player level. As your level increases, you'll be able
He's
to
a little
challenge
hat.
more
How
characters
cute.
and NPCs. By completing challenges, you may earn lucky coins, new cards, or other rewards. Lucky coins can be
Ooh.
exchanged in the event shop for
We're
cards,
gonna have
or
to
can
play.
even unlock dynamic
Ooh,
skins
Senora.
for certain cards.
We're gonna have to
Dynamic
play this for the
skins?
Primo Gems.
Those are cards that have moving illustrations, right?
That's right. All character cards can unlock a dynamic skin. After unlocking that, there'll even be a cool bonus animation whenever you cast that character's elemental burst.
Cool.
And if you're confident in your TCG skills, you can also invite a friend to duel. After
No
reaching a high
confidence.
enough player
Absolutely
level,
not.
you'll even unlock a matchmaking mode. So be sure to give it a try.
Travelers should note that playing against your friends or other travelers won't count towards any leaderboards or provide any rewards. So you can relax. It's all just for fun.
Ew, won't count towards any leaderboards?
Okay,
That's
that's
a surprise.
everything
I
we
thought
have
they
for
would've made
Genius
it
Invocation TCG.
not competitive,
and that
but-
brings us to the end of today's special program.
Oh.
So,
There's
what
not
did you
really
think?
any incentive
Why
to play with
does it have to
friends
be
unless you just like
over?
wanted to play
There's
with
so
well,
much that
I guess
this version
that's
has
what
to
they're going
offer.
for.
Yeah, I can't even take it all in right now. I'm just super stoked to be part of this. I think I just gained some Kuguryoku points just doing this whole thing, so.
I can't wait to see
the new
Scar's,
characters
well,
look
more
cool.
Scar story.
What about Scaramouche hovering? Like, that's
I
insane.
know, that's awesome.
That's
And
super
I-
dope.
That's
Hope
awesome.
I can
and
grind
I
enough
cannot
primos to
wait
maybe have
to
a chance at
play
him.
in some
I'm
of
on my
these events and
50-50 and at like
mini-games.
0
I'm
pity,
super
to be
excited.
honest.
This was so fun. I'm really glad that we got to do the special program together.
I'm so happy I got to come back for another special program. This is my 3rd time being on one of these, and I can't wait for
Ooh,
number 4.
I love when they have
I'm
Max
so
on.
happy. This is my
I love
first
Max's
one, so
energy.
thank you for
Ito /
having
Max's
me.
energy.
Doesn't
Very
it feel
fun.
good?
Yes,
Doesn't
I
it feel
feel
good to
honored
feel
to be here.
special?
Seriously, I'm
Do
just
you
like-
feel special?
I really do. Thank you.
Well, I think this is the end of our special
I
program.
hope we get to see more of
so
Soft
I hope
Wander,
everyone enjoyed
Soft
it,
Scar,
and we'll see you in
Soft
game.
Wander.
Okay, bye.
I'm excited.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Can't
Bye,
wait for
everyone.
3.3 updates. Good luck on everyone playing for Wander.